Be March Boxing back at it with another boxing video, and this is my breakdown and prediction for this World Boxing Super Series tournament fight between WBC champion Marius Briedis and the WBO champion Oleksandr Usyk. All right, now this is a good fight. It's actually happening in Latvia, and that's the home country of Marius Briedis. You know what I mean? And you know, I don't quite get why they fighting over there in Latvia. They ain't like anybody even knows where Latvia is as far as the boxing contingent. You know what I mean? I would think Oleksandr Usyk is the A side. Why wouldn't he have the fight in Poland, in his native country, or even in the Ukraine? You know what I mean? Or maybe even in the United States. That's besides the point. These two guys were the better fighters actually in the tournament. You know what I mean? They actually on their resumes, they got some good names on their resume. They actually both have Marco Huck. Marius Briedis got his hands on Marco Huck before Oleksandr Usyk. You know what I mean? Basically softened him up for Oleksandr Usyk. You know what I'm saying? You know, Marco Huck was a long time workhorse in the cruiserweight division. But in my opinion, man, he had no chance against fellas like Briedis and Usyk, man. When I heard they announced they put him in that tournament, I was like, man, this guy gonna get beat, man. That's just what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? The man has been through wars, you know what I mean? He's been a long reigning champion. He's not in his prime no more. You know what I mean? He's tied with Johnny Nelson for the most cruiserweight defenses. So he's put in his work, but his best days are behind him, you know what I mean? But as far as what these guys bring to the table, the bigger punch out of the two is definitely Marius Briedis, you know what I mean? Both guys undefeated. Marius Briedis even has more fights, probably even has more knockouts. Not probably, he has more knockouts than the man Oleksandr does fights, you know what I mean? But I think the man Marius Briedis is a good fighter, but well, who did he fight in the last? I think he fought Mike Perez, you know what I mean? And that fight was actually, it was kind of dull, you know what I mean? Both guys, stylistically, it just wasn't the right matchup, you know what I mean? And that's another guy, Mike Perez, who I felt, some people actually even had him as a dark horse to win the tournament. I just thought he had no chance against these guys who are legitimate cruiserweights, you know what I mean? Mike Perez was coming down in weight from heavyweight. Sure, the man probably had to lose like 60 pounds just to become a cruiserweight, you know what I mean? So you check it. All in all, I just think the best fighters in this tournament, some of the best too, are Briedis and the man Usyk, you know what I mean? I think the man Mark Briedis, he got power, you know what I'm saying, got good leverage on his punches, got a good overhand right. That's actually his bread and butter. But fighting against a guy like Usyk, I think Usyk is just more skilled, you know what I mean? He's not just all about punching. He's more of a stick and move type of dude. Uses his footwork, you know. The guy's trained by, what's his name's pops? By Lomachenko's pops, you know what I mean? So he's going to employ the same kind of strategy that he has been using as a pro, you know what I mean? Some would say it's most amateurish style, you know what I mean? Stick and move, not really wanting to engage. But he probably knows his limitations, and the power is what he's lacking, you know what I mean? Not saying he can't get fellas up out of there, but you know what I mean? It's just a matter of he's not the puncher in the fight. Marius Briedis is. And if Oleksandr Usyk wants to trade with the man in the center of the ring, that'll be detrimental to his success in the fight, and he might lose the fight. But I think fellas like Briedis, the type of fighters he has more success with, the fellas who want to trade, like Manuel Char. What he did to Manuel Char sparked him out early, and the Daradola, the Nigerian kid, you know what I mean, and these type of guys are going to stand right in front of you and bang it out, slug it out. And also, those are the type of fighters that could give Oleksandr Usyk problems, you know what I mean? A pressure fighter, you know what I'm saying? A guy who puts the pressure on him, cuts off the ring well, those are the type of guys who will bring the pain to a guy like Usyk, you know what I mean? That African-American kid, the black dude, was he from Philly? The kid Michael Hunter, when Usyk fought over there in the MGM National Hard Boxing Hill, Maryland. That guy had success early, you know what I mean? Because this guy, Alexander Usyk, for the first time in his pro career I've seen, he wasn't fighting the kind of fights that he does, you know what I mean? The man was trying to slug it out early, just trying to, he wasn't boxing and sticking and moving. And he was getting clipped, man. You know, Michael Hunter had quite a lot of success. And then the guy, I guess, you know, in my opinion, Usyk was trying to excite the crowd, you know what I'm saying? He was trying to, you know what I mean, excite the crowd, something that, you know, in his fights against like fellas like Tabisa Machunu in the United States, they were booing him because they don't like that stick and move stuff, especially considering the fact the man is 6'3" and he was fighting a short Tabisa Machunu, you know what I mean? The crowd wanted this guy to go in for the kill rather than, like, as they say, quote unquote, running from Machunu, you know what I mean? And it's actually the other way around. Tabisa Machunu is actually a very good boxer who you would have thought would be on the back foot, would be the one sticking and moving. But actually, that's what Usyk was doing. But when Usyk fought Michael Hunter for the first half, he was trying to bang out and slug it out, and he was getting caught. He looked like trash. Then in the later rounds, the man was on his stick and move, jab, jab, move to his left. You know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean, using his footwork. And that's what he's going to have to do against Marius Briedis. And if he does that, he's going to have an easy victory. You know what I mean? As far as, you know, matchup styles, that's where he's going to have to, his success, sticking and moving, not standing right there in the pocket with the man, Marius Briedis. You know what I mean? Marius Briedis is going to have to learn to cut off the ring. He's going to have to be the pressure fighter. If Marius Briedis is a pressure fighter, can cut off the ring and can actually put this man in a position where he's going to have to be trade with him, then that's where Marius Briedis will be able to catch the man and possibly get a victory, probably by KO. Only two things going to happen. Marius Briedis wins by KO or Usyk wins by decision. I'm going to have to go with Alexander Usyk via decision. I just think he's a better boxer. He's not going to stand and trade, especially with fighting in the man's hometown. You know what I mean? And he's going to win decisively, probably 8-4 unanimous decision. You know what I'm saying? Might be a split decision because the fight is in the man's home country. But overall, I think us as fight fans, when we watch the fight, we're going to see who clearly wins the fight. I hope the man Briedis isn't going to be holding as much as he did against Mike Perez. I'm trying to tell you, man, that fight was dull as hell, man. You know what I mean? I just wasn't, it's not a fight I'll go back and watch again, you know what I mean? I'm not saying Alexander Usyk is the most exciting fighter, but, you know, I thought they were trying to build his brand in the United States, so I would have thought maybe this fight would be in the United States rather than in Latvia and Marius Briedis' hometown. But in this unification, I think Alexander Usyk will move on. He'll have 2 belts, grab that WBC belt. Fellas like Tony Bellew, I've seen talking about he wants to fight him if he becomes undisputed at cruiserweight. Like, Tony Bellew, why you want to fight the man when he gets all the belts, did all the heavy work in the division, and you was just there chilling, waiting for paydays, you know what I mean? But I just think Alexander Usyk is overall the better fighter. It might not be the most exciting fight, but if he sticks and moves like he usually does, and you know, this guy Briedis, he'll just be another victim like Glowacki and what's the guy's name? Marco Huck. You know what I mean? More stationary guys with limited footwork who just want an opponent to stand right in front of it and bang out. Those are the kind of opponents that Alexander Usyk has success with. So 8-4 unanimous decision for Alexander Usyk out of the Ukraine. B Marsh Boxer, leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know who you guys gonna have winning this fight. All right, peace.